Hey guys, it's Bailey the Pixie Dust host, and today I have 5 tips for your Disney College Program interview. The first tip I have for you is be bubbly and friendly. Keep in mind that the person interviewing you is a fellow cast member who is also going to be very bubbly and friendly with you. So when you're interviewing, just keep that Disney personality in mind. Tip number 2 is to answer from your past experiences. For example, when I was younger, my family and I took many trips to Disney World, and so when I was answering questions, I was relaying back and telling my interviewers memories from my childhood, my favorite parts of Disney, and all the different things I enjoyed doing. Also, you can speak from past work experiences, past volunteer experiences, anything that would help relate you. Here's a bonus tip. If you are looking for a certain role in your college program, try and relate experience that would put you into that role. For example, if you were hoping for children's activities at a resort, make sure you mention times you volunteered with children or helped out at a youth event, things like that, so they know that you have experience with children and that is on your record. Another example is if you are looking for a PhotoPass career, make sure you mention photography as one of your hobbies. Tip number 3 is speak clearly and confidently. This does not mean I want you to go in and sound like a robot, but the more confident you sound in your answers, the more likely you are to get a position on the program. It's okay to be nervous. I would be a little bit worried if you weren't nervous. However, don't let that show through in your answers. During my interview, I just thought of the person interviewing me as one of my close friends that I was relaying all the reasons I necessarily wanted to do the college program. Yes, it is a nerve-wracking process, but if you go into it with the right mindset, you can make yourself not as nervous. Tip number 4 is be open and honest. Yes, you want a position in the company. Yes, that is what you're interviewing for. But also, if there's a certain role you are not wishing for, be honest and tell them that you do not want that role. For example, when I was interviewed for my position, they asked me what roles I specifically would not like, and I said custodial or housekeeping simply because I don't have the stomach for custodial or housekeeping, and I know I would not thrive in that position. They don't take it as you being ungrateful or greedy. You're just being honest with what your skill set has. You're not going to be the best for this position, and it's going to save them in the long run. Also, be honest. I know in my interview I was asked about what I was most excited for about working for the company, and my answer was some of the perks. You get into the parks for free, you get discounts on merchandise, you get discounts on resorts. The perks are a big part of working for Disney, so do not be afraid to answer that. They're not looking for robot cookie cutter employees. They want diversity. They want different personalities. They want different people working for the company because that is what makes Disney Disney. My last and final tip, but a very important one, have questions prepared after your interview. Yes, this is an interview and the person on the phone is asking you questions, but also don't be afraid to ask them questions. They'll note that you were curious and eager to learn about their job. For example, one of the questions I asked after my interview was, what do you like most about working for the Walt Disney World Company? The person interviewing me said he liked seeing all the guests interacting in the parks and seeing the castle for the first time and just seeing all of their firsts happen. Another pro tip I learned while being on my college program is that cast members love to be asked how many years they were with the company. This is like Disney brownie points. This is bragging rights. They love to be asked how many years they've been with the company because lots of people, their entire career is based from Disney, and it's like a trophy case of what positions they've worked and how long they've been in here and what roles they worked. Ask attractions cast members. I'm sure a lot of them who have been with the company for a long time have opened some of your favorite attractions. On my first day of training, the person who gave me a tour of Magic Kingdom, he opened Tron. He was a part of the opening team for Tron. He was working opening day. He opened the ride and helped the guests enjoy the ride. And so many different cast members throughout the entire company have amazing stories, so definitely ask whoever your interviewer is. You could also ask them what roles they've worked in the past, because a lot of people who have been with this company for a long time, you do not stay in the same role, you're constantly moving. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a magical day.